Hi, I'm Adrian and welcome to Grounds for Adventure. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's a beautiful day here in Melbourne and nice and sunny. I'm just heading off for the day. So if you're new to the channel, let me just give you a bit of a brief rundown on what we do here. I started this channel during lockdown and it was just me making a coffee every morning. Just recently, we're now getting out of the kitchen and we're getting on the road, and hopefully you've seen a couple of my latest videos when we headed to Mars Campers to have a look at their facility there, headed down to Geelong, and then we just went camping the other weekend. And so we're doing a little bit more than just coffee these days. So we are still going to do coffee, and I've got an episode coming up with a local guy who does some coffee just basically on the side of the road, so look forward to that. And so today we're just going to do a little bit of CrossFit, and so I'm going to take you along for the ride, and I'll probably set the camera up in the class and you can see a bit of the class. And hey, if you're in our area in Melbourne, I'd love for you to come and join us. Anyway, enjoy the episode, and don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to whack a comment down below, don't forget to hit the like button, all those things. It really helps out, and we'd love for you to come along on the ride with us. Okay, so just arrived here at the gym. As you can see, it's a magnificent day here in Melbourne, and yes, just headed in here. Let's get a few things sorted before we go. Get this alarm turned off. So this is the gym. This is our CrossFit gym. As I said, I do a number of things. We have a company that does NDIS support, so my wife, my son and myself, so we do that. But on top of that, we also run and own a CrossFit gym, and so I coach here, and today we're doing a little bit of CrossFit, so I thought I'd sort of give you a bit of a behind the scenes. I think sometimes you look at some of these things and go, that'd be awesome. But today we are, you probably can't see it here much because the lights haven't come on. I've got to clean the floor. It's one of those tasks that always happens, and we have chalk around the place, and generally when the guys are using chalk, it ends up like a snowstorm on the ground. You probably can't see it, but around the thing here, like I say, it's like having kids sometimes. It's like, keep your hands in here when you're actually getting the chalk, but inevitably they put the hands in there full of chalk, stand out here and clap them together, and it all ends up on the floor. I'm going to take you through a few things today. Yeah, we're just going to clean the floor. We've got some classes tonight, so I'm going to set up the cameras during the class, and you'll get a bit of an insight to the coaching and what it's like. And look, if you've never done CrossFit before, that's cool. You might have heard a whole heap about it. It's hard, it's tough, it's this, it's that, it's whatever. I'm going to show you today that anyone can do it, no matter what your age, no matter what your ability is. We scale it to where you are at. And as I say, there's some people say, I'm not fit, I can't come. Well, that's about as crazy as saying, I'm not well, I better not go to the doctor until I'm better. No, you go to the doctor because you're sick, you come to the gym because you're not fit. So, but I'm going to set you up. We're going to do a bit of the floor, and we'll have a chat along the way. let's just take you through a few things that are on the board. So if you come to a class, because this is sometimes the things that people find hard when they first come, is they read the board and they actually have no idea what it's talking about. So let's just have a look at this board. So always in a class, we're going to start with a warm-up, and generally there's going to be 3 sections. The warm-up section, there's going to be a lift in. Today it's actually lift in. And then finally you'll have a workout, and this is today's workout. So let's go through this. Warm-up, pretty straightforward. I won't open that up, but yeah, we go through specific movements that are going to actually relate to what's happening in the workout today. Our strength piece today in our weightlifting is a squat snatch. So quite a technical movement. This is one of the most technical weightlifting moves. And so if you're first time here in the class, it's probably the hardest one to step into first and foremost, but we would actually take you through the progressions of that. So we're probably in that first class, and even in the first time, we're not looking for you to complete that full movement 100%. We're going to give you some progressions that actually get you going, and then we work towards that. And so you'll see that tonight when we go through a bit of a class. Then we move on to the workout. So this varies every day. So this is for time, so it's for as quick as you can do it. But we're going to be 60 wall balls, 55 chest to bar pull-ups, and then 30 power snatch. So we did snatch today in our weightlifting piece, but it was a full squat snatch. We're not doing the full squat here in the workout, we're just doing the power version of it. That's what you would do if you'd been here for a while, you knew everything was happening. So we also scale that, and so I spoke about we want to give you intensity. So here's how we do that. So let me just show you a variation of that same workout that if you're a beginner, this is how we would approach it. So the wall balls, absolutely same movement. We're going to try and get you to do that same movement. Instead of doing the pull-ups, we actually do a thing called ring rows. So it's still a pull-in motion, but easier, more accessible for you, and we can adjust it to actually suit where you're at, to make it harder or easier, but we would do ring rows. And then here, we've now got what's called a hang power snatch. So we've now taken this movement, when it was in squat version, the hardest. Power is still a hard movement, but we've simplified it, and now we're actually breaking it down even further to help you through it. So what we want you to do is actually move well, not so much worry about the weight. The weight will take care of itself, because if we can get those movements right and you moving well, then everything else will take care of itself. One thing that never happens is if you put more weight on the bar, your movement pattern improves. Never happens, all right? So we're not that concerned about the weight as you're starting off. We actually want your movement pattern to be correct. So it doesn't matter where you're at. You might be a bit intimidated to come in because you see people loading up the bar and doing all those sorts of things, but that's not our concern. We actually want you to get the right movement patterns. If we can get you moving through the range of motion properly, like the full range of motion, step 1. If we can get you to be stable in that range of motion, so that may take building up a bit of core strength, that's step 2. And then finally, if you get those 2 things in place, then step 3, as in increase in weight, will come, but that'll come because you've also increased your skill level and your technique. So that's how we work. So enjoy watching the class.
All right, let's get down to today. Hey, we have got our squat snatch today. So I know for some of you, mobility-wise, this is probably not going to be possible to get down fully in that squat. So what we will do for you is just work on that power snatch. We'll try and get as low as we can, but we want to at least try and get that movement nice and solid in whatever catch position you are.
For the power snatch, I think I might need to revise how to do it again.
Okay, so yeah, with the power snatch, if you're still working on it, we can go to a hang power snatch. So we're not coming all the way from the ground, but once we go through the lifting part, then we'll work on what you're going to do for the workout. So last time we did this, how was that snatch?
Good.
Yeah? Just you haven't done it for a while, just trying to, okay, well we'll work on it, no problem. So same thing, let's go for power snatch.
Yep.
I know from a mobility point of view, we're still working on the shoulders, but let's nail really good power snatch.
Yeah. Yep.
And then if you wanted just to throw in something extra, just to try, do an overhead squat.
Okay.
Now go. See how your hips are coming up? Your shoulders are staying there and your hips are already up. Bring your hips back down. These 2 together. Go. No. See how that went first? I want those 2 to go together. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, all right. Okay. Good. You can get there.
I'm just getting there.
I know.
I need to work on depth. I know.
Yeah, but it's just trust. You can do it.
Yeah, I can.
Just trust yourself.
Yes.
Just don't let the barbell get away from you.
Okay.
Especially in that snatch pull.
Yeah.
Just don't let it get away from you. Yeah. Cool. So in your mind, you're thinking, like, here's where a lot of people, because you go, I've got to lift this. Now, if I say if you're going to lift something, what do you lift something with? You go, my arms, right? That's what your brain's telling you. But your legs are playing a big part. So you've got to let the legs do their job. Once they've done their job, then your arms can take over. Yep. Come on. Let's go. There you go. Cool. That was better. That was better. On the pull, don't get stuck in the middle. Don't make it a movement to your hips and then a movement from your hips. Try and fluid all the way through. Yeah. Beautiful. I haven't done any overhead squats. Like, have you tried an overhead squat?
Squat, yeah, it's just, you know, we're going
Yeah.
to range. Yeah.
But no, we know it's the shoulders.
Yeah,
We know it's
yeah.
just, once we can get those shoulders open up, it'll help.
Yeah.
So yeah. Good. Much better starting position, all right? And that's helping set up the rest of the lift, all right? So keep working on that starting position. Keep that bar nice and close. So in that catch, as we spoke about, try not to push the knees forward in that catch. Remember? Try and get those hips back. Yeah, in that catch position. You don't want to be sort of catching with those knees forward, because then you're trying to balance everything else out. It's going to put you in a really weird position. So as you come up, get that full extension, you go to catch, just push those hips back. And even if it's just here, even if it's not low at all, at least get those hips back. Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm getting very deep. I feel like my legs are really wide.
Yeah, you want your feet want to move. No, you want to move from your, which is underneath your hips, so a bit narrower underneath your hips, to basically where you would squat, which is outside your hips or shoulder width apart. Yeah, you get out too wide, and it's going to be too hard to do it, and you'll feel like a baby giraffe.
It's that.
That's right. Yeah. So you may aim slightly wider, but you're really getting into that feet are going from that power position underneath your hips to that squat position outside your hips. Better.
It's I can't get my arms
Yeah.
back.
So two things. Yeah. It's probably a little bit of mobility, but if the barbell gets away from you out in front, sometimes it's always going to stay there. You're either going to do one or two things. You're going to jump forward to catch it. So that was just, that barbell got away a little bit, and therefore it was out the front. And because you've got an added thing of not the full mobility, you couldn't actually bring it back to where you needed to bring it. So, how'd you go? Hips back, hips back.
It's back.
Yeah. So just work on those hips back.
Yep.
I know. Yeah, don't stress about the full squat movements at the moment.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
let's get at least the power ones
Yep.
really nailed.
Yep, okay.
Because if we get that really nailed,
Yep,
even
yeah.
now with limited mobility,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
hips are going into the right
Yeah,
position.
yeah.
We're stacking ourselves
Yeah,
well in that
yeah,
catch.
Yep.
As the mobility comes, nothing will change. We're just getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah. Yep.
One, let's go. Get that depth in that squat. Yeah, get that depth. Good. Try not to let the ball get too far in front of you, as it'll pull you down. Try and keep it up as much as you can near your eyes, yeah. Because the further it gets away from you, the heavier it's going to feel when it comes down, yeah. That's better. Just get a little bit more height on it. Much better set. All right. Good, much better set. But you're getting it. Just keep working on that curve. Good, mate. Nice. Take it out of control. Just, do you want my grips?
No, that's right.
Good. Good. Even nice and hard, your feet are through a lot. So if you can maintain that, good.
Okay, time to close up. Time to close up and head home. So there you go. I hope you enjoy that. And you're welcome anytime to come in and have a crack. If you don't live anywhere near me, that's fine. Go find a CrossFit box where you are. Well, that was a pain. My camera ran out of power. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that today. I hope you've got something out of just a day in the life of my work in CrossFit. And I hope it inspires and encourages you to get along to the gym somewhere, wherever you are, and get yourself moving. Your older self will thank you. Trust me, your older self will thank you. Anyway, as I always say, life's too short to drink bad coffee, so get yourself a good coffee today. Get along to the gym, hopefully a CrossFit gym, get yourself moving, and we'll see you again in the next episode.